Tell you about. All right. The spread of the flu and other respiratory viruses in our community is causing a lot of illness, even absenteeism in area schools. It's a story that we brought you last night here on Erie News Now. Today, our Lisa Adams talked with the director of the Erie County Health Department to see, Lisa, if there's any hard data about the rise of respiratory illness here. Lisa, good evening, and what did you learn?
Good evening, Eva. Our producer today called my story rampant illness, and I think that's quite fitting. Yesterday, we told you that UPMC Hammett was bringing back a mask recommendation for patients, visitors, and staff at their hospital and facilities because of the rise of respiratory illness in our community. And today, Erin Marenick, director of the Erie County Department of Health, says she is confirming those very same concerns. So what the county health department is finding is that 3 different types of respiratory illnesses are all up and prevalent in our community. That's influenza A, RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, and COVID-19. If you want to know how they know, take a look. They have a brand new respiratory illness dashboard on the county health department website. It's a process of working from the numbers of reported cases in hospitals and doctors' offices. And remember how BioBot studied our wastewater to track COVID? Well, the county is still doing that and tracking other illnesses that way as well. It's not that flu levels are unusually high for our region, but it has hit later than usual, plus it's accompanied by other illnesses.
We definitely hit our peak flu season a little bit later than we did last year, but our case numbers are not abnormal for flu seasons recently. We also have, through our wastewater analysis, know that there's a lot of COVID transmission happening in the community. So we know that right now, both flu and RSV cases are elevated right now, which is also respiratory disease, and COVID numbers all combined to make a lot of respiratory disease happening in the community. So if you're feeling sick, it could be one of those 3 things.
Yeah, kind of a triple threat going on around here. The symptoms for the current strain of COVID, according to Marenick, are milder than they were at one time, but it's still not fun to get COVID-19. Since we know it is moving in the community, you can still get a COVID vaccine. The most recent version came out last fall. You can still get a flu shot as well. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll talk a little bit more about COVID making the rounds again. Live in the studio, Lisa Adams, Erie News Now.
Lisa, thanks.